Hello everybody, this is my presentation on the keto diet. I hope to answer all of your questions that you may have had about this diet, and I hope to go over all the ins and outs, and hopefully you come out with a better understanding of what the keto diet is. So keto. Keto is short for ketosis. Ketosis is a metabolic state that your body goes into whenever it burns fat instead of glucose. Glucose comes from carbs and it comes from sugars. So your body breaks down carbohydrates and sugars and uses that for energy. That's your fuel source. But for the purpose of the keto diet, you don't want to be burning that. You want to be burning stored up body fat. So the keto diet, instead of burning glucose as an energy source, will burn stored up body fat. And that's kind of how this diet works to lose weight. So why is it popular? It's popular because you lose weight in a short amount of time. If you hear about celebrities that have a big movie role coming up, they're probably doing some version of the keto diet. If you hear about brides who are going on this crazy diet to lose weight before their wedding, they're probably doing some version of the keto diet. There's a lot of research, personal research. There's not a ton of scientific dietary research on this, but there's a lot of people who have done this, who document their experience, and there's a lot of personal stuff out there, not a lot of scientific stuff out there about this, but it does work, and I've done it myself. It does work, and it's very effective. So is this a diet that would be for you? It's really for people who can commit themselves to a rigorous diet. This diet is no joke. You really have to cut out a lot of things: carbs, sugars, some sugary fruits that you might love. So basically you can only have 50 grams of carbs a day. For some people that might be more, for some people that might be less, but the average is about 50 carbs a day. So maybe that's 2 slices of bread or a thing of yogurt in the morning. It's not a lot of carbs, so if you can commit yourself to eating a lot of vegetables, if you can commit yourself to eating a lot of fats, because this diet is high in fats, then this can be for you. This is for you. It regulates your appetite. If you have appetite problems, this regulates your appetite. If you have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, high triglycerides, this is for you, because this diet lowers those. Also, neurodegenerative disorders like Alzheimer's. There's a lot of research showing that this diet actually can reverse some of those effects from neurodegenerative disorders. There's a lot of research out there. I don't understand it all, but there's quite a bit if you look. There's quite a interesting research out there. So I want to go more in depth on the nutrient side, on the more scientific side of the keto diet. So nutrients, think of it, you got your protein, you got your fats, and you got your carbs. Think of it as your daily pie, right? So you got your third of carbs, your third of protein, and your third of fats. So everything is percentage in the nutrient pie, right? Everything is, so for a normal diet, let's say your normal diet is 45 to 65% carbs, 20 to 35% fats, 10 to 35% protein. That would be the normal diet. The keto diet is quite different. The keto diet is 75% fat, 20% protein, and 5% carbs. So you're high in fats, moderate in protein, and very, very little carbs. So let me try to break down the difference. So a normal diet, like I said, 45 to 65% carbs. That's your fuel source. That's the most amount of anything, right? Out of the 3 different components. That's because carbs is your fuel source. That's why you're eating so many carbs. For the keto diet, you're 75% fat and 5% carbs. So fat is the fuel source. So that's basically what this is coming from. Why the keto diet is so different and so out there from your regular diet. So the body uses 2 sources of fuel, or can use 2 sources of fuel to burn energy for your fuel cells, or for your just normal cells for your body, right? Glucose and ketones. Glucose, like we said, comes from carbs. Ketones, keto, ketosis, you see the whole keto name, right? So ketosis burns ketones. Ketones comes from stored body fat. So your body can either burn sugar or it can burn stored body fat. And so the goal of the keto diet is to burn that second, your stored body fat. So whenever glucose is not available, whenever you're eating less than 50 grams of carbs a day, glucose is not available for your body to burn. So your body will burn ketones, which comes from the stored up body fat. So what does it do to your body? What does this diet do to your body? It basically puts your body in starvation mode. So if you've ever seen the show Alone, it's people who go do the survival challenge, and they'll be out in the Arctic for, I don't know, 4 to 5 months and live off the land. What they do before they go and do a competition like that is they will load up. They will probably gain about as much weight as they can, probably 30 to 50 pounds, depending on who they are. They'll gain a lot of weight, a lot of body fat. So that way, whenever they're out there, whenever they're out in the wilderness and they don't have a lot of nutrients and protein and fat coming in, their body will naturally burn that as a fuel source. And so this is basically the purpose of this diet, is to put your body into starvation mode without you actually starving. So that's why you're eating a high amount of fat. It's because fat is satiating, it's filling. And that is why you're eating so much fat, is because, and it regulates your appetite, because it's filling. Sorry. So you're basically activating fat burning mode on this diet, and that's why it's super popular and very effective. And the reason why you don't want to eat too much protein on this diet is because too much protein can actually switch and turn into glucose. That conversion can happen. So this is an Atkins, where you can eat as much meat as you want. You really want to measure your amount of protein on this diet, because your body can, in a pinch, use protein as glucose for a fuel source, because that's your primary mode for your body. That's the natural thing for your body, is to burn glucose. So whenever that is available, it will burn glucose before it ever burns ketones, because that's just how we're made. All right, so a lot of questions. What can you eat? What can you not eat? So what can you eat? Veggies, meat, eggs, fish, dairy, a lot of butter, a lot of oils, some nuts, heavy on the oils and butter, good fat like avocados, olive oil, all of those things, fatty meats. You're wanting to eat a lot of fat, because that is what you're trying to kickstart your body into eating, or into burning, is fat. So that is why there's a lot of fat in the keto diet. It's because it's more filling, it's what you want your body to burn, and it can actually balance out your cholesterol and triglyceride levels. It's not the unhealthy fats like fried food and things like that, you know, the processed fats and all that nasty stuff. It's different. So what can you not eat? So no processed foods, like I said, no McDonald's, nothing like that. Sweet potatoes, bread, grains, some fruits, probably like mango, apple, strawberries, things that are high in sugar, natural sugar. For fruits you don't want to eat. No beans, because beans is has a lot of carbs and a lot of protein. So that's not a good option. So benefits. What are the benefits to the keto diet? Weight loss, like we already said, it's very fast, very effective. Reduced appetite, and it will regulate your appetite. Mental clarity. A lot of people report in having thinking more clearly, having that mental fog lift. A lot of people report in healing. Not healing, so to say, but it can kill cancer cells. and it can reverse cognitive diseases, like I said, like Alzheimer's. So there are some benefits, healing benefits, and there's a lot of research out there about that. It'll improve insulin levels. It'll reduce blood sugar, and reduce cholesterol and triglyceride levels. Now the negatives. Negatives would definitely be the keto flu. Keto flu is kind of what it sounds like. It's like your body goes through this flu stage while it transitions from burning glucose to burning ketones. So it's usually the first 4 to 7 days of you starting this diet. Exhaustion, you'll feel irritable, brain fog, achy. It's just your body adjusting, and it's normal. But it does last for half a week to a week, and it's not a very fun experience. Short-term diet. Keto is a short-term diet. You should really only be doing this for probably 6 to 9 months, and then revert back to adding in a little bit more carbs, adding in a little bit more sugar back into your diet. So this isn't meant to be a diet that you can do for the rest of your life. This is meant to be a short-term diet that you gradually move on to adding carbs back into your diet, but in a healthy way, if you want to keep that weight off. That's very important. This diet is not for everybody. It's not for people who are underweight. If your BMI is under 20, if you're underweight, you do not want to be burning up the little fat that you may have. So this might not be the diet for you. For people under 18, we want teenagers, we want adolescents to have a good healthy diet with all of the nutrients and vitamins and minerals, all those things that can come from various food sources. We don't want to affect that. If you have health problems with your kidney, with your liver, diabetes type 1, if you're pregnant, it's not the diet for you. Like I said, there is not a ton of dietary research and scientific backing on this diet. Just because it's been said that eating a lot of fat is really bad for you. And that's kind of what everyone is taught growing up. But the keto diet is kind of controversial to that idea, because you're so high in fats on this diet. So there's not a ton of dietary research on this yet. There is some, but not enough to change everyone's viewpoint on nutrients and everything like that. But this is basically what the keto diet is all about. And who knows? Maybe it's for you, maybe it's not. But you should definitely give it a try if you find it interesting. I hope this answered all your questions, and I hope you'll have a great day.